They slapped a $5,000 lien on my house before I even knew a complaint existed. My name is Martinez, and by the time this story ends, one HOA president will beg for mercy she never gave. It started on a quiet Tuesday in our gated Arizona community, the kind of place with manicured lawns and painted mailboxes. Diane Whitmore ran our HOA like a queen running a kingdom, and everyone quietly feared her clipboard. My daughter's birthday party ended at 8 sharp, balloons deflating, kids already gone home with cake in tummies. By 9 the next morning, a notice was taped to my door: excessive noise violation, $250 fine, escalating. I laughed at first, thinking it was a clerical error, some mixed-up address in a stack of paperwork. Diane's email arrived minutes later, syrupy sweet. Just enforcing the rules, sweetie. Rules keep us civilized. I asked for evidence, a recording, a witness, anything, and she said complaints were confidential by policy. Convenient, I thought, that the policy protecting her also protected her from ever proving a single thing. 2 weeks later, another fine appeared: unauthorized landscaping color scheme, even though I hadn't touched my flower beds. Then a third: trash cans left out 4 minutes past pickup, time-stamped by Diane's own iPhone photo. My neighbor Frank leaned over the fence and whispered, "She does this. Picks a target, buries them in paper." I started keeping a folder. Every notice, every timestamp, every inconsistency, filed neatly like ammunition. Then came the letter that stopped my heart. A lien filing, threatening foreclosure if I didn't pay within 30 days. $5,000 in accumulated violations, none of which I had ever been shown proof of. I requested the HOA's video surveillance footage from the night of the noise complaint, citing our own bylaws. Diane stalled for a week, then claimed the cameras had malfunctioned that exact evening. How convenient. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. My daughter's party had been live-streamed the entire time for her grandmother overseas. I still had the footage, time-stamped, unedited, showing our yard silent and dark by 8:15 sharp. Diane didn't know that video existed, and that single oversight would become her undoing. I brought the footage to an emergency board meeting, expecting relief, but Diane simply smiled and pivoted. "Timestamps can be faked," she said coolly, then pulled out a fabricated witness statement from a resident who'd since moved to Florida. That's when I realized Diane wasn't sloppy. She was forging documents to justify fines she pocketed personally. I hired a real estate attorney who specialized in HOA abuse cases, a sharp woman named Priya Anand. Priya requested the HOA's full financial ledger under our state's disclosure laws, and Diane refused, citing board discretion. Refusing a legal disclosure request is itself a violation, and Diane, blinded by arrogance, didn't seem to care. A whistleblower reached out anonymously, a former treasurer who'd quit after seeing numbers that didn't add up. She sent me spreadsheets showing HOA fine money routed to an account with Diane's maiden name attached. Nearly $40,000, collected from residents like me, quietly funneled into Diane's personal vacation fund. Here's the funny part. Her last Facebook post bragged about a self-funded Cabo trip 2 weeks after my lien notice. I forwarded everything: footage, forged statement, financial records, to our state's HOA oversight ombudsman. Meanwhile, Diane doubled down, calling an emergency vote to have me removed from the community for harassment. She didn't know Priya had already filed for a temporary restraining order freezing all HOA lien actions. The board meeting where Diane planned my public humiliation instead became the site of her unraveling. An investigator from the state attorney general's office walked in, badge out, right as Diane began her speech. "Diane Whitmore, we need to discuss discrepancies in HOA fund disbursements," he said, and the room went dead silent. Her face drained of color, that same practiced sweetness cracking into raw, ugly panic. She stammered about administrative errors, but the forged statement and the livestream video told a different story. Within a week, she was removed from the board by unanimous emergency vote, her seat stripped bare. The lien on my house was voided, my $5,000 refunded with interest for wrongful filing. Diane now faces embezzlement charges, forgery charges, and a civil suit from 11 other wronged residents. Last I heard, she was selling her house, the one with the perfectly color-coordinated flower beds, to pay legal fees. Justice doesn't always wear a badge. Sometimes it wears a live stream link and a folder full of receipts.